Hey, my name's Aiden, and today I'm going to be talking about week 1 in the Indy Gaming League. So, here it is, week 1, our first matchup in the Indy Gaming League, and we're all super excited, a little bit nervous. We've been training the last 2-3 weeks to try and get our team to a point in which we can compete against Champ 1 and Champ 2 levels. Now, of course, this is no easy feat, seeing as I'm Champ 1, 2, like low Champ 2 at best at the moment, and then we have a Diamond 3 and a Plat 3. So we've got quite a bit of gap along the ranks. So if you watched the first video, you'd already know about this, but just a sweet reminder that this is something we're working really hard to try and get up to a standard which we're not really used to playing at as a team. So our first game is against a team called GG Esports. Now, I'm not too sure about their name, and I'm also definitely not too sure about their team's logo, but been speaking to their captain a little bit before the game, the couple of days leading up to it. Of course, we had to schedule in the match. It seems like he's a really cool dude, and he actually lives really close to me. We were talking a bit, and it turns out they were just as nervous as we were going into this game, just sort of showing up and performing. And on top of that, we also had the added pressure of it being live streamed. Please head over to Zingor and Twitch. I'll put his Twitch down here and also in the description below, just so that you can go over and have a look. He's a really good caster, and he really made a much better experience than we could have ever imagined. So, of course, I had to do a little bit of research before the game, and I was kind of telling myself that I shouldn't really do this before going into our matchups, but I did keep it to myself, so I didn't tell my teammates, but I had to just go up and check the RL trackers to see the other team's ranks. And now what I found out is their team captain, whose name is We Are Pro 2001. He's actually Champ 3 in 2s, and he's High Champ 2 in 3s. So he's a very good player. You know, if you're getting high ranked in 2s, then you probably have pretty decent mechanics because you get a lot more space to play in 2s. And then he's also quite high ranked in 3s, so I would assume that he understands his game sense quite well as well. They then had another player called Melvin on the team. He was also a sort of Champ 2 level player. And then they had a player called Golden Bolt 01, who's a high Champ 1. So across the board, it's Champ 3, Champ 2, Champ 1, which is on average a higher level than us, and they're probably more used to playing at that level than we are. However, it's a tournament platform, anything can happen. You know, you're playing best of 5, and you know, you see it in football, you see it in sports where the underdog can always come through and win because nerves can get to you. You can just be not the team on the day. You know, maybe you hit the crossbar 10 times, who knows? So going into this game, of course, I had to come out with a little team talk to just sort of like give the team a little pep, get hyped. Play games, we play well, and when we play ranked, like, we get mixed results, but every scrim we played way better than we do in ranked. We just need that consistency over the 5 games. And the one thing today is I want to hear all the comms. You call everything you're doing. If you're behind someone and you're protecting the net, let them know. If you're going for the ball, let them know. And I don't want anyone, I know that we do it when we're playing ranked and stuff to help each other improve, but we don't call out each other's mistakes. Only Ben can do that in the game, okay? I only want positivity, I want good comms, and we get hyped, okay?
Fucking hype.
All right.
All right, let's go. Come on, let's go. Get hyped. Of course, I was super nervous. You know what? Actually, 2 minutes before the game started, my hands just started shaking, and that was a really bad sign. Might also have had something to do with the fact that I drank a cup of coffee right before the game, and it was late in the evening. So maybe that's a lesson for me not to do that in the future. Starting lineup was, of course, myself, OC, and Mesmerized. We have actually just recruited another player. His name is Marcus Maximus, and he is a Champ 1 player, and he will be joining us as a sub and training with us and scrimming with us just to give a little bit more competition in the team and to sort of get everyone playing at a higher level and just pushing each other a bit more. And on top of that, of course, if someone can't make it, then we've got Marcus Maximus there as well. So we've just come out of a scrim just a few days before against the Nice Guys, and as you know, we did lose that game. It was close, but we kind of found that we could compete at a Champ 1, Champ 2 level. Now it was time to find out if we could do it again in IGL. So it was an 8 PM kickoff here for me, and just as the game started, it got about 30 seconds in, and I could already see that they were a little bit nervous. They were backing off from the ball, and their challenges were not quite as strong as they thought, and I got us off to a really quick start with a little flick. And that got us super hyped because we thought, okay, you know what? They're not that good. I scored a goal in the first 30 seconds. We got the game started, and we think, okay, we've got this. Like, we can actually beat this team.
Yeah, go. I'm following. I'm middle with you.
Probably could have gone a bit quicker if we're going on the counter. But that's
Let's go!
Oh, mate, these
Great
guys
start.
are trash. Oh, look at them. Hey, they're panicking. Oh, they don't want these hands, boys. Let's
That's
go.
it. Keep the composure.
Aidanseesthings there with the first goal for Torque, coming out less than a minute off the clock here in Game 1.
Unfortunately, as you're going to see, Game 1 kind of turned around. So we were winning 1-0, and we just let in a few goals.
Mostly back and forth here, besides that early goal, which came off of a miss. Aidanseesthings missing himself, and We Are Pro capitalizing on it and scoring and tying this thing up. Only a minute and 8 seconds off the clock still, and 2 goals already going in.
Watch out for this.
Good demo.
Oh.
Okay, that's unlucky. Alright.
No worries, boys. Let's go.
Everybody running back on defense for Torque, but Golden Bolt gets there first and takes the 2-1 lead for GG Esports, taking the lead for the first time here in game number 1. Things of playing against another, well-practiced team, but a shot from We Are Pro over everybody goes right into the net, and a 2-goal lead for GG Esports. A lot less split up than it is now. A lot less teams. I think we probably had like 30 teams, and We Are Pro off of the pass from, I believe, yes, it was Golden Bolt, passing it up to We Are Pro, and they take a 3-goal lead here with 1:20 left in the game.
So we went 4-1 down, and we think, okay, this game is shut down. We're not coming back into this. But Mesmerize actually gets a goal back to make it 4-2, and we actually managed to follow up with some offensive pressure following that.
45 seconds here, 3-goal deficit for Torque. Not looking good for them right now. They need to find some kind of offense here and now if they want to have a chance in this game, but things are not looking positive. This might just be a scrap game for them. And as I say that, Mesmerized getting the flick over everybody. Not really a flick, he kind of just popped it up. Over everybody, nobody back on defense. Melvin tries to get there, but misses it just barely. Ends up helping it along into the net. Only a 2-goal lead.
With only 30 seconds left in the game, OC wasn't quite able to score a goal, and we couldn't get another one back. 4-2, we saw that, yeah, we could score goals against a team like this, but what we found is that in the air, we were much slower. We needed to be quicker to challenge the balls, and we saw the quality of We Are Pro 2001. He was very good in the air, very accurate, and he was putting a lot of pressure, a lot of balls going up to our backboard that we were finding very hard to defend. So going into game 2, it was going to be very interesting to see how we could soak up this pressure in a different way, and are we able to capitalize more on their mistakes. Now, they would push up quite high, so we do know that we could counter very quickly if we do get the chance, and OC is very quick and accurate on the counter attack.
He's going to follow it up, gets it past 1, but Golden Bolt on the defensive keeps the ball in the midfield. Aiden getting a good read there, gets the ball over to OC, who's going to try to go for the ceiling shot down to Aiden, who hits it right back out. Can Mesmerize get there? He does, but the ball is going to be high, and it gets cleared away by a pinch between Golden Bolt and We Are Pro. On the defenses is Aiden, trying to get that save, almost misses it, but gets it in the end. Ball bounces high, 2 members of GG Esports up for it. OC going to clear it off into the corner. OC up once again, gets the ball over, and is able to get it past everybody, and takes the early lead for Torque here in game number 2.
And of course, that is exactly what OC did. We were on defense, he cleared the ball, and he capitalized on a mistake of one of the GG Esports players, getting a quick goal back, and that put us 1-0 up in the second game. It's given a lot of confidence back after losing 4-2, knowing that we're again in control of the game, we're in the lead, and now it's all up to us to hold that lead.
We'll see here if Torque can keep this lead. They got to turn that torque up and keep it there, keep that pressure going. Keep the offensive pressure going and the defensive pressure. Don't want to let in any goals if you can avoid it, with still 3:45 left in the game. And as I say that, Golden Bolt getting the read, but it goes off the crossbar. And in the end, it gets cleared away to the corner by Mesmerized. Ball gets pushed over to the far side by Golden Bolt, but Aiden's going to pop this one up over to OC. OC can't get there, and We Are Pro's going to put it right back into the offensive. A miss, but Aiden ends up getting it. Nobody back on defense as We Are Pro ends up missing it. Ball is midfield. Aiden trying to wait for OC to get there, but OC waiting back on defense, able to keep that one away from the net. Aiden gonna take this ball down the field slowly, goes for the flick, but it's a little early and Melvin's able to read it, and in the end gets the ball cleared away after a dunk.
Aiden's up. Good 50. Someone get ready.
Rotating out, I'm rotating out. Good effort.
Close.
I'm on it.
Okay, that OC guy.
Nice, good
Good
shit.
job. See if you can follow up Aiden. Quicker than that.
Nice,
Well
nice,
done.
good.
They're quicker than these guys. Just gotta focus on the challenges. See if we can bump. It's unlucky. That's Chris's ball.
The ball ends up midfield. Aidanseesthings trying to go for this one as OC gets demoed. He goes for the slow play, but in the end, the defense of We Are Pro gets it cleared away.
And after OC scored that goal, it gave us so much confidence that we just went on the offense. We kept attacking, we were peppering their goal, but unfortunately, we just couldn't put anything away. We were hitting the post, we were hitting the crossbar, all three of us taking shots and really creating a lot of opportunities. We were defending solidly, we were really organized, and it really looked like we're gonna win this game.
Ball in front of the net, luckily saved away by Aiden. Just 10 seconds left. Can GG Esports do it? With the 5 seconds on the clock, can they get the tying goal? Melvin's in front of the net, and with 1 second remaining, he ties it up for GG Esports. They stay alive here in Game 2, trying to keep that lead in force.
OC, that's yours.
Keep calm, keep calm. Just... Oh no.
Okay, unnecessarily on the wall. That's it. We've got to make sure we're grounded as much as possible, because that being on the wall is the only reason we miss that.
I've gone up on the wall, and I've got that awkward position where you kind of fall off the post in a bit of a shit way, and one of the easiest shots they put on net to save, I've not managed to do it. It's gone in, and they've equalized with 1 second left on the clock. We can't believe it. We've all dropped our heads now. The coach, everyone. We just can't understand how we've allowed this to happen. And of course, 20 seconds into overtime, and We Are Pro shows us the quality that he has in his locker. He takes the ball up to the backboard and he goes for the double touch. With all of us on the ground, we felt a bit awkward, we were panicking, it was overtime, and we knew that we couldn't throw this game. But those nerves got to us, we couldn't get up to the ball, and he puts it away.
The shot, We Are Pro goes up for the second touch. He gets it over everybody, and GG Esports wins game number 2 off of the double touch by We Are Pro.
Oh.
Fuck.
So undeserving.
This one hurts, man.
And that makes it 2-0 to GG Esports. So going into the third game, a lot of pressure, a lot of weight on our shoulders, knowing that we've dropped the first 2 games and we've taken a huge blow, losing this game in the last second. And then with 22 seconds of overtime, they've scored the second and put the game to bed.
GG's to GG Esports as they win game 2 and they put Torque on the match point here in this week 1 game. It's unfortunate their meddler looked like Torque was going to figure it out here in game 2, and they had it all the way down to 1 second on the clock.
40 seconds into the game, and you can tell that We Are Pro has really sort of found himself now. He's going up and he's getting all the aerials, he's pre-jumping and he's just waiting, he's playing patient in the air, and he's just getting the shots in.
Get back to the game though, 40 seconds off the clock, and We Are Pro in the air, doing some more nutty stuff here, scoring first for GG Esports. The pass from Golden Bolt perfectly out to him. Nobody on Torque, they are able to get to it.
1-0 to GG Esports, only 40 seconds on the clock. Our heads have now completely dropped, comms are dead, and it's looking like a GG. That's just how the rest of Game 3 went. We Are Pro 2001 scoring 3 goals, beating us 3-0.
OC up on the defensive there, but passes it over to Melvin, who misses wide, but We Are Pro there on the offensive, ready to score that one off of the pass from Melvin. Melvin should have had that one as a goal himself. He wishes he just had that one back, but We Are Pro will gladly take the goal and make it a 2-0 lead for GG Esports here in game number 3. They've got to put up or go home right now. Not go home because they can always play next week. Oh, okay, cool. Thank you. Thank you there, Medler, for telling me. The pinch double touch from We Are Pro, making it a 3-goal lead and putting the hopes of Torque pretty much to bed here. That was an amazing shot there. Hit it to the wall, to himself, pinched it off and into the net. And with that, things are right at the end of the rope for Torque. Unfortunately, that is going to do it for Torque, as GG Esports are your winners here today in their first match of the IGL Spring Circuit 2020.
Now, it wasn't all negative. We did get sweeped. We lost 3-0. And that is really tough to take on the chin. And after the game, you know, we all logged off and we had to take a breather, get rid of the disappointment. But when we went back to training the next day, we could talk about the positives. And that game 2, we were the better team. We were 1-0 up for the whole game. They couldn't get anything. We defended solidly. We were an absolute unit. We were all synergized. We were working together. The chemistry was there. The comms were there. We were getting offensive pressure that was clearly putting a bit of panic into them. And I spoke to the team captain of GG Esports, We Are Pro, and he told me that they were losing it in that game. They had lost their heads and they were starting to rage a little bit. And had we won that game, this series could have gone completely differently. So what we've learned is that it just comes down to consistency. If we can just keep working on our mechanics, our game sense is already there, and after looking at the replays, we see that our positioning and our rotations was actually superior to our opponents. Just mechanically, they completely outplayed us because they were consistently able to get the ball high and go for double taps, which were much harder for us to defend than the kind of shots that we had. We had a few unlucky touches. There was a couple of times where OC could have scored, a couple of times where Mesmerize could have scored, and a couple of times where I could have scored. Overall, we played our game. In the third match, it was clear that we had to work on our mentality, and that no matter what the score is, what game it is in the series, what results we've had in the past, it doesn't matter. We have to keep communicating, we have to keep our chins up, and we have to keep playing. Until the game is over, it's always 0-0. And we just need to learn that and take those mistakes and improve on them in our next game in week 2. And as always, my name is Aiden, and if you're enjoying these videos and you're into the series and you want to keep following along the Torque journey, then please hit that subscribe button. I noticed that only 60% of you are subscribed at the moment, so please help me out by subscribing, hit the notification bell, give me a thumbs up, and leave a comment down below. Peace out, boys and girls.